everybody, this is Hypercool64, and welcome back to Let's Play Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland for the Game Boy Advance. In the last episode, ladies and gentlemen, we started out in Vegetable Valley. We defeated Wispy Woods pretty easily. And in this episode, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting out in one of the more iconic levels in the game, in my opinion, or at least one of the more iconic songs, Ice Cream Island. So, let's go ahead and get into it. And as you can see, we already have the needle, which we used to completely own Wispy Woods in the last episode. But we're actually going to get another new ability in this episode, so let's just absorb this, and we now get the Parasol. The sun shines on this parasol of mine. Where I walk, enemies balk. Enemies balk. Where I walk, enemies balk, and I float gently down. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say balk. If anyone even says balk, post it in the comments, please, because I've never heard that word. But basically how it works is that you can use it to attack enemies like this if you press the B button. And you can also float down in the air like this. Whee! But another thing you can do is actually protect yourself from obstacles from above. For example, these coconuts. They will not hurt you if they hit the parasols. That's a pretty nifty ability right there. It's not the most useful ability in the game, in my opinion, but I do think it's a nice little novelty. But let's be honest, I'd rather have the sword. Anyway. There is actually a, for those of you who have played Smash for Wii U, there is a really good remix of this song in that game. It is really good. I believe it plays during the N64 Dreamland stage, I believe. Ooh, we got another new ability, but we gotta wait until it's done attacking me, because I can't absorb it in this form. Or when he's in that form. Whatever. It's Tornado. Spin, 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 spin. Ah! So basically, you turn into Tornado, and that's basically it. And what you can do is actually, if you hold down the B button, you can float in the air, and if you don't hold down the B button, you'll just stay on the ground. A nice little useful tip for when using this ability. But yeah, like I was saying, the Smash 4 remix of Ice Cream Island is super good. I absolutely love it. It's probably one of my favorite remixes in Smash 4, if I have to be honest. Anyway, I believe we do have a new minigame, and yes, we do. This is actually probably my favorite one. This is Kirby's Air Grind. Press A to grind the rails, and you can't grind black rails. I actually had trouble with this one as a kid, because I didn't know. Like, I was apparently oblivious and said, you can't grind black rails. I thought it was just like, hold down the A button, and I always lost. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wait. What's recommended is that you wait till last minute to let go of the A button, and then you press the A button right when you get off the black rails in order to give yourself a boost. This is probably will be better explained once I actually show you it, so let's get into it. Kind of reminds me of Kirby Air Ride, which is also an amazing game. Anyway. So yeah, basically you press the A button right when you, you press the A button right when you get on the black rails and right when you get off it in order to get those boosts that you saw. And you can either get a good boost or a great boost. It's recommended that you get a great boost because that gives you the best boost. And of course, if you press the A button while you're on the black rails, as you saw there, you will slow down. So you gotta be careful there. But that's pretty much it. Very simple, and it's honestly my favorite, like I said. Anyway. Alright. But yeah, that game definitely reminds me a little bit of Kirby Air Ride, which is also another great game, and is one of the most underrated video games of all time. If you haven't played it, go play it. It's amazing. Anyway. Moving on, I believe we're gonna get... Well, I also really like this song. This is a really good one. Let's get Needle. Bum ba dum. Using the Warp Star, as that one guy would say from the anime. Anyway. Let's go ahead and use this. I think this would actually be a better ability for this next mini-boss. It's a wheelie enemy. And I got hit by it. Frick you. Get your ability. And we now have Wheel, the fastest ability in the game. That was a voice crack. I ride like the wind. Fast. Too fast. And as you can see, when you press the B button, you start rolling around at fast speeds. So does that mean that we're rolling around at the speed of sound? I'm so sorry. I had to make that joke. I'm a Sonic fan. What am I going to do? Whee! Basically, you just have to press the B button once, and you basically just start going forward automatically. And in order for yourself to stop, you basically press the B button again, and that's pretty much it. Very simple ability to use, in my opinion. Of course, if you get hit, you lose the ability. which kind of sucks. But anyway. Exit. Bonus game. What do we got here? Another 3! I can't get the 1-up. Good lord. I got a 2 once, like last time. And I'm getting a 3 again. I'm not having the best luck today. Anyway, do I want to do this again? You know what? I have plenty laps. Let's move on. I might cut down on showing off mini games that I've already shown since, you know, I want to avoid repetitiveness on these particular videos. And besides, it's not like you don't get a bunch of 1-ups during the main stages anyway, so I think it should be okay. Anyway. So, in this room, I believe there's a specific room we have to get to in order to get a special ability that is in this game that everyone and their mother seems to enjoy, and that is UFO. So, let's get rid of this ability and not get hit by it. Oh no, I almost got hit. Come on, it can attack. Anyway, UFO! One of the most well-known abilities and considered one of the best abilities in the entire franchise. Wow, I'm so lucky I copied UFO. See, even the game says that's one of the best abilities. I can do 4 different moves. It all depends on how long you hold B. So yes, this is also another ability that allows you to use multiple moves. If you just press the B button, you do that attack. If you hold down for a little bit, you do just a small beam. Hold down for a little bit longer, you do a bigger beam. And we hold down for the longest amount of time. Over 9,000 beam. It's awesome. The only thing I will say about this ability is that if you do get it and you exit a level, the game actually gets rid of your power-up. So, it's not really an ability you can actually take outside of stages. Once you exit the stage, the ability is gone. So, it's more of a one-time ability, I guess, and then it's gone after the level is done. So, just something to keep in mind. But, other than that, it's a fantastic ability. One of the best abilities in the game. And it's actually returning for the newest game in the series, the new game that's coming out soon, which is Kirby Planet Robobots for the 3DS, which I'm super excited for because I love Triple Deluxe and it's using the same engine. Super excited. And, yeah, they're bringing back UFO, which you can only get through an amiibo, which is kind of like... Really? You give us back the best ability in the game, which, by the way, and then I lose it. Good job, me. But anyway, as I was saying, you bring back one of the best abilities in the entire franchise, and you hide it behind an amiibo. Like, that is, like, the biggest tease in the world if I ever seen one. Seriously. I'm at least glad it's back, because it's been absent for the past few games, actually. I don't think, like... Well, I guess if we count Epic Yarn, I guess that counts, but it wasn't in Return to Dreamland, it wasn't in Triple Deluxe, so it's nice to see the ability back, even though it is hidden behind an amiibo, which kind of sucks, but anyway. And we got a new character introduced into the game. We just saw him. That is Mennonites, one of the most mysterious characters in the series, and we are now fighting his underlings known as the Mennonites. I'm not even joking, that is literally what they're called, but these are little rooms that you can encounter throughout the game, which basically has you just defeating a bunch of enemies that Mennonite basically sends out to you in order to try and defeat you, I guess. It really is unsure what Mennonite's actual motives are in this game. It's possibly to train you. I'm not so sure. Mennonite's kind of a mysterious character in the series regardless, so whatever his motives are, I guess we'll just have to find out later. Well, you don't really find out in this game, but I guess it's kind of like I'm thinking about this too much. End level. And now I got 4. What the frick? I'm not doing good at this. Seriously, I'm not doing good. Not doing well. That is the proper grammar. Good job, me. Anyway. Ooh, we got another museum. What do we have here? Let's get fire. Because laser is... we'll get to laser in a sec. I think we're actually going to get into laser in this level, actually. Really like the music in this game. Again, maybe it's just because I played this game for so many years that I just love the soundtrack, but I love the soundtrack. It's so good. Although I do kind of... I don't know. I don't know if I want to say I enjoy this more than the original NES version, because the NES soundtrack, like for Kirby's Adventure, is also fantastic. It does a great job of implementing the NES hardware. But I don't know. I don't know if I enjoyed this version over the NES version more. I guess it's really something I guess I have to dwell over for a little bit. I still enjoy the soundtrack in this game, though. But anyway, I am talking way too fast. Let's get another ability. We have the mic ability. Ooh, oh, yeah. Baby. Rock on. can be only used 3 times. This is basically like the crash ability in this game, which we haven't seen yet. But you can use up to 3 times. So the first one, air horn. Or maybe just a... That wasn't air horn. That's just Kirby blasting through... Do I literally not know what that's called? Frick me. Anyway. Second ability. Rocket on a mic. And then... Disco! Punk Kirby. For the win. Anyway, now here's the laser ability. This is probably one of my least favorite abilities in the game. I like how we use the ability in the cutscene. Like, the example little animation actually worked. But anyway, light amplification by simulated emission of radiation. And it ricochets off hills too, as we just saw. So personally, it does work well for some puzzles, but as an ability for offense, it's not very good. I actually think this is one of my least favorite abilities in the game for that reason. Well, other than sleep, but we'll get to sleep later. Although I don't know if I want to get sleep because it's kind of a useless ability. It's probably the most useless ability in the game because all it does is just make you sleep for a while, and then that's basically it. You can't move at all. Like, it's kind of an annoying ability. And although it's an ability that you can really only get if you really went after it, I guess, because because in future games in the series there are these, or I guess previous games in terms of this remake, like in other games I guess you could say, there are these little platforms that have abilities that you can get just by touching them. So I guess if they had those in this game and they had the sleep ability as one of the abilities you can get from those platforms, maybe it will be a little bit more of a detriment, but really you can only get sleep from absorbing enemies in this game, or not absorbing, from sucking up these sleep enemies in this game. So really, it's just kind of like, why is it even there in the first place? I guess maybe it's just for the curious person who's like, oh, what's this ability? Oh, crap, I can't move. And why did I get rid of that ability? I probably need that for this next little room. Over here, this is the arena. Battle for maximum tomatoes and copy abilities. So basically, every single arena room has a different mini-boss that you can face. So for example, we have this guy again. And if we defeat him, not only will we get a power-up from him, as we do with every other mini-boss, but we will also get a maximum tomato that will bring our health back to full health. Bring our health back to full. That's what I mean to say, if we grab it. So if you are low on health, then I would recommend actually going to these rooms, because they would definitely help with getting your health back up. And you can also get a different ability as well. I am talking way too much. I'm literally running out of breath. Anyway, level 5. I pressed that by my accident. My bad. As if you couldn't tell already that this is off the Wii U Virtual Console. Anyway. Going through this game, and I grabbed a pet brew, and now I am going to murder everyone in my path. I'll grab a different ability. What are even these lyrics? I don't even know what's going on right now. Anyway. But yeah, that's the enemy that gives you sleep ability, in case you were wondering. And again, the only way you can actually get it is actually sucking them up. So it's like, what's the point of having them in this game? Unless you're morbidly curious. But anyway. Oh, we got this room. Let's see here. I think we need to go down here. We're going to use this. Defeat that enemy. Get rid of this ability, because we don't need that ability anymore. To get... burning, because this is going to allow us to get a little bit of a secret. Yeah, there are a bunch of secrets that you can get in this game that do require certain power-ups. For example, to break these metal blocks, or I guess iron blocks, depends on how you see them, you have to use the burning ability, and I believe you can also use, to defeat these blocks, I think you can also use stone if you're above the blocks, and you can also use hammer. I'm not quite sure if you can use wheel, actually. I actually haven't really tested that recently, but I know that the 3 abilities you can use on these blocks are burning, hammer, and stone. So, that's all I gotta say. But anyway, we got 2 1-ups there, which is pretty good. As if we didn't have enough 1-ups already. I'm just gonna say this right now. By the end of the game, we're gonna have a ton of 1-ups. I'm just saying that right now. And another new ability. So many abilities up the wazoo. This is high jump. Big jump equals big tackle. I actually, you know, funnily enough, when I played this game for the first time, I actually didn't think much of this ability. But after playing around with this ability a little bit more, I actually really, really like this ability, especially for some bosses in the game, which, again, we'll get to later. In fact, we're actually going to get to another boss in just a minute. And by that, I mean a second. And by that, I mean right now. Oh, and actually, before we actually go to the boss, I want to actually go ahead and describe these rooms. These right here are warp stars. You can use this star to jump to various levels. So basically, if you get this room at a particular level, then you will be able to go back to that level through these warp stars. So you guys can see there's a one here. Grab onto this, use the warp star. Then we'll be back at level 1. But you can only come back to certain levels once you've actually unlocked these warp rooms. And some warp rooms you do have to unlock later on with secret switches, so just to let y'all know. Right, let's just go ahead and head back to level 2 and face the boss of level 2. I'm honestly kind of looking back at my explanations and wondering if they actually make sense. I apologize if they don't make sense. Sometimes it can be a little bit tongue-tied up. Let me know if they do make sense in the comments. But anyway, we'll run this one. Anyway, we have a painter guy. Basically, how this works is that basically what this enemy will do, I just said basically twice. I said 3 times. Dang it. He will paint certain abilities that will basically, said 5 times now, frick. He will paint certain abilities that will be sent after you, and basically you just have to, just said basically 7 times now, frick me. Just dodge the attacks and dodge him as well and use your ability against him and you should be all good and dandy. Like, I don't think high jump is the best for this particular boss, but I got the job done, so it works. But anyway, folks, that's going to be it for this episode. Did a lot of stumbling in this episode, but you know what? Whatever. Life goes on. If you enjoyed this video, guys, please check out my other content. Follow me on Twitter at HyperCool64. And new live streams every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until we meet again, I'm HyperCool64. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode.